Hey Taurus, it's Mary Ellen, coming to you from Moonrise Cottage for your March, believe it or not, 2018 Soul Tarot reading. As always, I'm really thrilled to be here. I am changing it up this month a little bit. We'll talk about that as we go through the reading. I've decided I really want, kind of pushed by spirit, I really want to be able to reference visually for you the reading from last month. So I'm going to start that this month, and I'm going to, when we jump in, I'm going to start with the February cards. Okay, so here is your reading for this month, and I just want to show you a little picture of that, just to start the flow of energy, Spirit says. Okay, and here's the picture for February. Okay, this is where you were at in February. It's an amazing transition that's been going on for everybody. So I'm going to toggle back. I just wanted to just sort of cue that up for you. I really only have one announcement. And before I forget, I use the beautiful Celtic Wisdom Tarot deck developed by Caitlin Matthews. And I'm thrilled to be here with you. Welcome to everybody who's new and to all the returning subscribers and viewers. I really appreciate your love and support. It's still feeling like a new journey for me, and I continue to try to evolve and change so things go well. The news this month is that the website is up. I'm really excited. It's the same as my YouTube channel. So moonrisecottagesoultarot.com. Everything is there. There will be no information below the video anymore. The link for the website is there. So go there, click on it. You can book your reading. You can see my calendar. You will get a confirmation email. And all of the challenges that I was having about trying to keep up with email, I hope, will be over. So thanks for your patience, everybody who waited, because sometimes it took me days to get back to people. I'm excited. moonrisecottagesoultarot.com. Go check it out. So let's jump in. There we are in this beautiful spot in February. And I'm going to try to be brief. I want you to look at the center column of cards first. On the bottom, we see the beautiful foundation of skill, building upon all that has come before. And I love that it's forging, right? We're talking about forging something new, using the fire of our existence to create something. And that warrior has the tools that he needs. He has the skills. It's a numeral 6 on that card. It means that things are fairly well advanced. And look at what's standing on either side of him. Two mystical notations of transformation and coming across a long journey. And on the right, the King of Skill, that story about a king, someone in a place of position who lost their power because some part of them were severed, and the journey that he had. So above the beautiful foundation of skill, we see the Queen of Skill. On this new foundation, you bring forward a new life. The Queen of Skill is standing in the position that indicates your aspect, your journey, your drive, Spirit is saying, through the month of February. And above that, the beautiful Woman of Skill, whose job it is to assist you. Okay, Spirit's correcting me. Spirit's saying her power is what I'm wanting to, being directed to speak about. She holds the sacred spool of destiny in her hands. So if you think about that progression on that column, that's a very deep message. Let's now take a look at the middle row, vertical row of cards, also deeply having to do with the core of the message. On the left side, we see the Counselor of Truth. That is about coming in to a knowledge about yourself and being able, Spirit is saying, being able to stand in your own wilderness, in a sense. The Hermit, able to go deep and see yourself and be your own counselor, understand the truth of your existence. And next to it again, the Queen of Skill, a new life emerging. And next to that, the beautiful Queen of Knowledge, whose job it is to weave together the strings of your destiny. It's a really powerful message. The Queen of Knowledge was the card that came out on top of the reading. And when I spread them out and put them on the desk, they look a little different. But that's the first card that comes out. That is the spirit message, the theme, the light for the reading. The Queen of Knowledge sits suspended in the universe, deeply connected with the mystical realm, weaving together the tapestry of your destiny, and Spirit saying you're unfolding. And so next to her on the right is the beautiful renewer of devotion. So that was the theme, that's the message, and we can see in all these cards the way the energy was flowing, and the outcome that was intended for you was about transformation, change, growth, healing, the ability to have compassion for all beings here on this planet. Through the healing in the renewer of devotion, which is a major arcana card, sitting next to the Queen of Knowledge, who looks and gazes upon the new life that you are standing in and your ability to be standing in your truth, it's a complete transformation. If you look at the spirit line for a minute, the cards on the top, we see that you have transitioned from the King of Battle to the King of Skill. The shield is on the wall, and what you are doing, your new occupation, leaving your battles behind, is you are literally making the shoes to walk forward into your destiny, into your new life that is prophesied in this reading. Standing next to the beautiful woman of skill, helping you, there to receive you, Spirit says, so that you can wind your destiny, because you've prepared for that journey. You have progressed enough to be ready for that step. And the beautiful warrior of art stands next to her. It was the finishing, Spirit says, a notification that you're evolving and emerging from the solstice journey had come to a culmination. And the culmination point was about healing. And so this month, the message is coming through for all the signs, actually. There's a new pattern emerging, no pun intended, from Spirit. And the pattern this year has to do with coming into the place that you were meant to be. All the work that happened in 2017, all the solstice journey, these many things that have unfolded were preparation, because 2018 is going to be something very new. So let me just toggle over and we'll talk based on the foundation, Spirit is saying, based on the foundation in February, the notions that came out about this new life and the place you were walking into and the healing that was coming. The way in which you do battle completely transformed from the King of Battle to the King of Skill to the Warrior of Art. And having emerged and evolved, okay, Spirit is saying a great transformation has taken place and you are ready. And this month in March is the final step, the cap, Spirit says, to the first, that's interesting, triad of the year, meaning the first quarter. That's an interesting word that came through. So here we go. Here's March. Look at that. I want to take note that the energy, the shift in the energy in a general way between February and March, very profound shift from predominantly male to predominantly female. I was very struck by that when the cards came out. There are some very important male images in this reading, but Spirit is talking and has been, as you know, if you've been following along, about the development and the use of the yin-yang, the flow of energy that we understand in our human terms that has an impact in the spirit realm. So the very first card out is a major arcana card. That is the beautiful rememberer of lore. You know what? Spirit's telling me to toggle back one more time so that you can look at the differentiation in the theme expressed by the colors of the card. So I'm going to leave that up to your imagination, but it is profoundly different. You can see that last month you were journeying, transitioning, unfolding, and this month you clearly have arrived. It's very exciting, Taurus. Let me show you the Rememberer of Lore up close. Okay, Major Arcana card. A youthful card, the fifth one in the Major Arcana of the deck. Interestingly, it's male energy. This is about the individual who holds wisdom and is able to transmit it. It's the sacred bard. I love that he has his harp. This is all about vibration and the male energy able to push it forward, informed from that energy set point, but deeply in line with the sacred realm, transmitting energy from there into yourself and then flowing out of you. That's the theme. That's the light of this reading. It's incredibly beautiful. Sitting next to that, we have the beautiful foundation of knowledge. The foundation of knowledge is complete change. Sorry, I just dropped something off my desk. The foundation of knowledge, last month on the human realm, there was the foundation of skill, forging a new existence. And right in the center, the foundation of knowledge is about you, how you stand in the light of the Rememberer of Lore. You are completely attuned and in line. There is a joining of male and female energy. Spirit's going to talk a lot about that this year. I know it came through a lot in 2017, but this year Spirit's saying, so you've arrived. We talked about it. You did your work. You worked really hard, and you have arrived. And there you are. You are standing in a very fertile moment of a new life coming forward in the days of 2018. The foundation of knowledge shows the feminine aspect, standing in the realm of the ancients, transmitting and standing on the ground of that sacred place, able to transmit that here to this realm. There she is. Look at that beautiful woman. Really gorgeous, deeply mystical, completely able to be in communication. And Spirit is saying she is transmitting what the Rememberer of Lore is sending out. And so that is your stance in the human walk this month. Incredibly beautiful. The first step on the human realm, no surprise to me, is an adventure because you're in a new place and you are going forward in a way that is incredibly profound. What I love about this card, it is the beautiful warrior of skill. The warrior of skill is an impulsive guy. Spirit just said the word dude. The warrior of skill is impulsive. That's his nature, right? And what he does is Spirit is saying, okay, just a moment. Okay, so what Spirit's talking about is the warrior of skill accompanies the woman of skill. This is impulse. The woman of skill is inspiration. The two of them work in concert. It's very interesting to me. You'll see as the cards come out. Let me transition back. Do you see the woman of skill standing on the top left? Look at the diagonal transition. Spirit's talking about a rising of the energy set point. The warrior of skill waits for sacred impulse to strike him. He holds his personal power in his hands, and he jumps on that horse, and he rides straight into it. Being impulsive in this way, Spirit is saying, that is not a negative. You know, in human society, some of us consider impulsiveness as a character trait to be a negative. That's not at all what we're talking about. The impulse that comes into him, that causes him to activate his ability to move directly into the spiritual realm, is aligned with the foundation of knowledge into which you have arrived. And above that, on the diagonal, once again in your reading, we see the beautiful woman of skill. It's very profound, the way the cards have moved and the type of shift and change that Spirit wants to talk with you about. So on that, based on that notion, the other thing, Spirit's now sort of pushing me. So think about that. And now look at the cards on the human realm. It's mind-blowing. It's complete transformation and receptivity. And that's what the Spirit card, the beautiful Rememberer of Lore, wants to speak to. So we have this fabulous, impulsive warrior riding straight into that which comes into him from Spirit. I love that he is looking directly at the card next to him. That is one of my favorite cards in this deck. That is a major arcana card. This is the Guardian. So we have this beautiful warrior who takes up the impulse that comes into him. I can never, the screen is backwards. I'm still learning. All right, I'm just going to go with what I usually do, which is to cover up my face, even though it's not totally comfortable. So there's the Guardian. That incredible, that's the High Priestess, all right? There's the Sacred Mother. The impulse that this gentleman is riding into is he's arriving at the gateway. This woman, this goddess, is the guardian of the gateway to the spiritual realm. And you see that she holds the sacred spiral in her heart chakra, in that area, holding it in her hands along with her personal power. Very deeply mystical. I'm going to toggle back and chat about this. So, as the impulse arrives from this foundation of knowledge, you have a very rapid, very powerful movement that is going to occur within you in your human life. Something is going to stimulate you to make a change, and you are going to ride to the gateway of the mystical realm. And having arrived there and being welcomed by the guardian of the gateway, the very next impulse, if you will, and Spirit's talking about energetics, okay? So the next energetic impulse that you will benefit from is the Sacred Major Arcana card. Again, this is the third one already. It's astounding to me. Standing next to a Major Arcana card, that is the mover of energy. And so, on the human realm, your shift, in a sense, is going to be complete this month. That's why Spirit's calling it, like sort of a cap on the first quarter. I'm pretty sure you've seen this card before, Taurus. Again, another depiction of the Sacred Mother and all the new growth that exists in that place. Spirit's talking to me in the background about the sacred swastika. I don't have that picture loaded up. You can see a picture of Queen Maeve's chair. And, Google the ancient reality, Spirit says, of the swastika and what it indicates in terms of the movement of sacred energy. Sadly, in this time that we're alive, it was utilized as a negative, and some horrible things happened. Spirit says, understand that was a brief aberration. The truth of that message is about sacred feminine energy. And Spirit has been talking about the rise of the goddess, the return of the goddess energy, in order to support and balance that which needs to come forward. And it's interesting. the top left-hand card is the balancer. So let me get back to what I was talking about because there's a lot of messaging coming through. And you know what? I'm just going to go with it, okay? Just trust what we're experiencing together, I guess. I always feel as though we're together even though I'm pre-recording this. Okay, so the mover of energy, the movement of sacred feminine energy, a lot of power. And Spirit's talking about the horse again. The warrior of skill is aligned with this woman. He needs the sacred feminine in order to move his impulse forward. And first, before he is able to access that, he must walk to the gateway and be received. It's giving me a chill. It's really beautiful. Okay. So, as I've said, Spirit always talks about this card. He talks about the activation of this young woman. It is her activation of her spiritual energy, her spiritual knowledge, the foundation upon which she rests, that creates movement and the power to go forward and the choices that come with that. The horses are just a representation that humans understand. It's really about that, okay? So there she is, sitting just below the rememberer of lore, supporting the spiritual impulse that is coming in order to give you this message. And above the beautiful rememberer of lore, once again we see the woman of skill winding the thread of your sacred destiny. Whew! So, the beautiful mover of energy for you this month, in part, if you look upward to the left, her energy moves through this foundation upon which you stand this month and comes to a place of balance. So you are moving through your human journey in order to gain balance and be able to weave the strings of your destiny. It's astounding to me. The guardian of the gateway in the center moves and supports the energy in which you stand. And above that, on the top spiritual row in the center, is the beautiful keeper of harmony. It's a very profound message for you, and I am thrilled to be able to be here to share it with you. So, sorry, Spirit was driving that forward. Really, I started saying it in January, but I am being taken to task now by the messages that come through to me. These messages, I think, are going to shift and change over 2018 and the way in which Spirit talks about the cards. So you're getting a little preview. So thank you for bearing with me. So the bridge card, it's beautiful male energy. That is the decider of will. It's incredible. Bringing to this reading, connecting that incredible human experience. Okay, well, you know what? Spirit said it, so let me reformat. Bringing the human existence experience closer in line with the will to join together with the experience of being a spirit in a human shell. So I've been talking about that. That's been coming through as well. This year, I believe that is the mission that we are all on. We are going to have some profound awakening. And so this is the first step. We had to finish emerging and evolving and becoming ready. And I love that the hues in this reading are a lot of pink, indicating new growth, new life. So, the warrior of skill responds to sacred impulse, transmits that sacred impulse to the decider of will, who has the ability to make the decisions to move the impulse forward. And above the decider of will is the unbelievably beautiful balancer of harmony. So this message has to do with coming into a place of harmony within you as the destiny that your soul journey seeks in this next phase of its growth and development and movement in concert with your human shell, Spirit says. Okay, the beautiful balancer of harmony. Let me transition over. There she is. And you know what? Look at that. She has been split open and resewn. Stands in the universe, also responding to the energy that exists to bring balance in order that her energy might go forward to bring the destiny that she is attempting to create. It's an amazing reading. Next to that, we have the beautiful Keeper of Harmony. Your ability on a soul level to continue this journey of balance and bring harmony into a central place of position as a part of your soul destiny. So look at the center column. Spirit says we have the guardian of the gateway, the high priestess, ushering and opening the gateway for the spiritual movement because you have come into your foundation as a transmitter of the sacred lore. Spirit is saying you have remembered yourself. And when so doing, the reflection on the spirit realm is that you are able to take the balance and the harmony of that moment and put it into a place of central position, central strategy, if you will. Beautiful male informed energy. The very next card is the gorgeous woman of skill. So the spirit line is about the way in which your human walk reflects above balance, harmony, destiny, the ability to wind your destiny because you have become balanced and you have taken this idea of self-harmony. Because last month you were going through this massive transition and healing in order to have compassion for all beings. And here you have arrived into the next step of your destiny. And what you're being told, if you look at the outcome card, as the destiny, the outcome, the preview, Spirit says, for next month, the month of April, is that in that place, in those energy aspects, in all these ways, you find your strength. That is a major arcana card. That is the empowerer of will. Okay, there's the soul sitting on the knee. That is the sacred goddess Boudica, who rose up an army in the ancient days. It's a true story. You can look it up online. And conquered, defeated the Roman Empire when they were attempting to. Okay, Spirit's talking about. Spirit's talking about a coup. You know, basically the story is the Roman Empire, ravaged all across the world that was known at that time. And so in the time of the Druids, this woman put on her armor and rose. Okay, Spirit's talking insurrection. Sorry, that's the word. I was getting resurrection. I knew that wasn't right. Okay, insurrection. All right. So this is the strength card in the traditional tarot. Here in Soul Tarot, it's not just about raw strength. It's about the empowerment that comes to you when you make this transition and shift and change. And what Boudica did was she followed the path of the energy. And that's why this is the outcome. Spirit wants me to focus on that for you. So this month in March, follow the path of this energy. Understand, feel yourself. There's a lot of movement going on because you've arrived into this moment. Let me toggle back. Spirit is talking about the flow of the energy and following the ability, the impulse that comes because of the foundation on which you stand. And it is the fact that you have come to this new foundation that draws forward the rememberer of lore, lighting your path and your way by activating the sacred feminine energy to accompany you and increase the strength of the male aspect. The feminine energy is the doorway, it is the gateway, and it is the place in which true strength, okay, Spirit's saying the word inhabits in this way, because it is by going through these doorways, by having these transformations and shift and change, that opens into the mystery. That is why the balance card is here. We must go through, and it is the male, beautiful male, well-centered male energy that brings the impulse for the change in order to be able to weave your destiny around that which inspires you. And in that way, you gather your strength for the journey that is going to unfold in 2018. Taurus, thank you very much for being here. I'm going to toggle over and say goodbye. As you can tell, it's getting dark here. The snow is falling, and the clouds are moving in, and twilight is coming on. So I'm going to wrap it up. But thank you so much for all your love and support. I'm very eager to see all. I always read all the messages on the thread. I've been just inundated lately with all kinds of things, and I haven't responded in the way I usually enjoy doing. But I want everyone to know I am present, I am looking, and I'm sending all that love and support right back to you. I'm going to leave you with the cards. Have a wonderful month of March. I will look forward to speaking with you in April. Thank you so very much.